What's going on, guys? Horror Junkies back with another video. Hell yes. Hell yes. Today we're gonna do the review of X.
But before that, we have a couple of announcements.
Yes. Really appreciate you guys tuning in to our video. And before we get into everything else, would definitely appreciate you guys if you would hit that thumbs up button, that subscribe button, and just go and hit that notification bell. Just do it. Just do it. Also,
Second thing, Megan video.
yes.
It's had over 1,000 views.
I believe it right now we're sitting at a little over 1,100 views.
That's fucking insane.
Yes. And to most people on YouTube, that is not a big deal. But we are a small channel. We're just really getting started, getting into our groove, and we definitely appreciate you guys coming in here and watching our videos. Even some of the videos that we got, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 views, we really appreciate that. But to have 1,100 and counting still, absolutely awesome, and we definitely appreciate it. For us, it's a huge deal, and we definitely are hyped about it and excited, and thank you. Thank you.
It's just fucking insane that it's a video we made. Not saying we made the Megan trailer, obviously, but a video we made and put on the internet. Over 1,000 people watched it.
Yes.
That's fucking insane.
It's awesome. Thank you, guys. Definitely appreciate it. So let's get into this movie, because man, it's huge. It's absolutely an amazing movie from start to finish. First, we're going to start out with the cast.
Also, relatively went under the radar for us.
Yes, it did.
Because when this movie first started being promoted, for like trailers and shit were coming out, I saw the trailer, but it didn't look interesting, so I didn't watch it. And we went back and watched it, and it was actually a really good fucking movie.
I never seen a trailer until, I seen something about it on, I think it was a review on YouTube. I believe it was. And somebody had said it was really good. And at this point, I knew nothing about this movie. So we went and watched it, and open-minded, didn't have a clue to what it was about, and come out with just mind blown. Just absolutely, the way it was done, the way it was filmed, everything was legit and absolutely great. So let's get into the cast.
So the title, I don't even remember if we said this or not, but the title of the movie is called X.
Yes, we said it.
Oh, okay. So in the cast, we have the beautiful Jenna Ortega, who's pretty much in everything right now.
Oh yeah, she's got a lineup going on.
Mia Goth, who plays Maxine, thought she did really well. She was pretty much the main character of the movie.
Yes.
She also played Pearl, the old lady, and she was creepy as fuck. Got Brittany Snow, who played Bobby. I pretty much know her from Pitch Perfect. That's about it.
Don't know her.
We have a rapper in this movie, and which is really weird because normally when a horror movie has a rapper in it, that means the movie sucks ass. But this is not that movie.
Depending on the movie. I want to stop you there too, because I would have to say, out of everybody in this movie, he was my favorite.
He was definitely the funniest.
Yeah, he was actually, his character was great. The role he played was good. And he was comical. And
I felt so bad when he died.
Yeah, it was
he was a good guy.
Yeah, he got ripped off for sure.
But we have Kid Cudi, who plays Jackson. Never heard his music, but he should probably stick to acting. We have Stephen Ure or something, who plays Howard, the old man.
If you've never heard his music, then how do you know he should just stick to acting?
He's probably a better actor. I don't know. Shit. We have Stephen Ure, who plays Howard, the old man, Pearl's husband. Martin Henderson, who plays Wayne, or as I call him, He-Man, and we'll get into why. And we also have rounding out Owen Campbell, who plays RJ, the bitchy camera guy.
Yes. Um, so to start this movie out, there is going to be spoilers in this video, guys. So if you've never seen this movie, you might want to get out of it right now.
And then come back and watch it.
So to start out the movie, it is actually a little slow. You're probably looking at the first 30 minutes of the movie, maybe.
I'd say 30, 45.
Yeah. Before it really takes off. But the story's good enough to where they keep you interested and wanting to see it. So wanting to watch it, keep watching it. It's actually very well story driven.
And also, another good thing is when it starts, it doesn't fucking stop.
Right. Like I said, to get to that point is actually slow, but once it gets there, it just nonstop. The whole movie, the rest of the movie, just nonstop. The kills were amazing. They did a really good job on that. And it kind of had that low. Now I don't want to say low budget, but low budget look to it a little bit.
It was also set back in like the 70s.
Yeah, something like that. And they gave you that, like, with the effects of the movie. They did a really good job with the lighting and all that stuff, which really made you it kicked that time of that part of the year. You know what I mean? So really, they captured it really good.
So basically, the story of the movie is we got these actresses and a director, a cameraman, and his girlfriend, Jenna Ortega, who is the sound person for the movie. Basically, they're shooting a porno. And the dumbass camera guy, Jenna Ortega's boyfriend, thinks he's directing the Avengers for some reason.
He does.
Because he thinks this, like, he's going to make this movie just the best movie ever.
Well, and it was funny, too, because that part at the gas station at the beginning when they were putting gas in the car, and he's like, I'm going to shoot him from down here, so, you at an angle so you can see him putting the gas in there. And actually, one of the lead porn chicks was like, don't you think it would be better if you filmed him from the other angle on the other side of him so it looks like he's peeing in the gas tank? And he was just like, oh, yeah, that sounds like it'd be really cool.
He's a cameraman but doesn't know how to fucking use a camera.
So there was a little bit of comedy there going on. It drug out through the movie, and it was actually really good.
Basically, early on in the movie, before everything starts, you pretty much get Maxine's whole motivation for doing the movie. She wants to be a star. She wants to be like the biggest star in the world, have everybody know her name, which is ironic because that's exactly what Pearl wanted.
Yeah, when she was that age.
And they look just alike because they're played by the same character.
Yes. Which we liked Pearl too. It was good. It was not as good as X, but it was good.
I'd say about 2 or 3 days after we watched X, we found out there's also a prequel that came out the same year, which is Pearl. And there's a sequel coming out this year called Maxine.
Yes. And the same girl plays
Pearl
in all three of them. Or Maxine, or she plays Pearl, then she plays Maxine, and then she plays Maxine in the other one. So, but the kill count was great. The kills were good. Once we get to that point,
and it comes out of nowhere.
The nerdy camera guy goes to leave, gets pissed off because his girlfriend wants to be in the porno. He's like, no, and she's like, I'm gonna do it anyway, so I really don't care what you say.
And she had to film with Jackson, so she couldn't walk afterwards, so he was upset about that.
Yeah, you get this scene where he's in the shower crying, thought he was gonna curl up on the bathroom floor and suck his thumb. That type of crying.
And so it shows every single sex scene except for Jenna Ortega's.
Yep.
Like, they go to do it, and then it cuts, or it just skips it completely.
Well, and so the cameraman goes to leave.
Because he's mad.
He's mad. He's upset.
He's big mad.
And so, and the funny part though was he was the one that talked his girlfriend, which is Jenna Ortega, into actually doing this. You know what I mean? He was like, okay, we need to do this because it'll be good for our careers, blah, 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 blah. So then, she's kind of uptight and didn't really want to do it. And he's like, oh, just calm down. It'll be okay. And then once she starts seeing it being made, she's like, oh, I think I want to do that. And he's like, oh, no, you're not. So
she goes, why? He goes, because no.
So she does it anyway. He cries. He goes to leave. And then he's pulling out, and Pearl's standing right there in front of the truck. So he
being
gets
a
out.
creepy bitch.
Oh, yeah. So he gets out. She starts flirting with him because her husband won't give her none.
Because he has a bad heart.
And he's like, no, you're cripping me out. Get away from me. You're just, basically, he said everything, but you're too fucking old for the most part.
The funny part is he was trying to be nice about it. He was like, let's go find your husband. Are you confused? Are you lost? Do you need help?
And then
and then she helped him
right off the bat, just out of nowhere. She stabs this motherfucker right in the neck. You didn't even see it coming, like at all. And you're just like, huh? This old ass lady. What? And you're just right now you're in shock because this bitch can barely walk. She's that old.
She looks like she's gonna blow away if a windstorm happens.
So she doesn't just stop her either. She's fucking stabbing him in the neck, like literally sitting on top of him, stabbing him in the neck until he pretty much cuts his head off, for the most part.
I've never seen someone stab somebody's head off.
Yeah, it was nice and brutal, like beautifully done.
And that's the first kill of the movie.
Yeah, beautifully done, beautifully done.
And then Jenna Ortega wakes up, or her name's Lorraine, but I just call her Jenna Ortega. So she wakes up, notices dumbass isn't in the bed. He's being a crybaby. So she goes to look for him, and she asks He-Man, Mr. Wayne, to help her look for him. And I call him He-Man because he didn't say, okay, give me a minute, I'll go put my clothes on. Nothing. He just goes and helps her look in a Speedo. Of all things.
And a cowboy hat. I think he had a cowboy hat on, I think.
So he goes in the barn, steps on a nail.
Oh, dude.
And when he steps on it, the top, you could see the top of his foot, goes up a little bit.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this had to be the most gruesome part of this movie for me. Because literally you seen the fucking nail go in his fucking foot. And it's just like, dude,
it's like the Home Alone scene all over again.
It's almost like somebody just grabs you by the balls while you're watching this movie, and you're like, oh, damn, I felt that shit. Dude, I'm telling you. For me, I stabbed me in the fucking head, but I ain't trying to step on no fucking nail. He had to pull it out himself. And he's sitting there holding it, trying to get it to quit bleeding. Oh, man.
And then there's 4 holes cut into... Shut the fuck up. There's 4 holes cut into the back of the barn. And this stupid motherfucker goes in every single one of them and looks in them until he gets to about the last one, and a fucking pitchfork goes in his face.
Oh, yeah, and there's just enough holes for the 3 forks, so you know what's coming. Mm-hmm. You kind of know when somebody looks through some holes in the wall,
they're gonna get stabbed.
You pretty much know something's gonna happen. So you kind of seen that coming.
This was probably one of the funniest parts about the movie to me. Is after Pearl stabs him in the eye with a pitchfork, she goes in the barn, and to make sure he's dead, does the slowest, most stupid stab or inefficient stab I've ever seen in my life. She goes over to him and goes, just to make sure he's dead. It was so slow, but it was hilarious.
Well, there was definitely some funny parts in this. And so getting to
Jackson.
he is probably my favorite character in this movie just because he's generally a nice dude. Like he comes to the door butt ass naked, like just standing right there in the doorway. Opens the door, and her husband, the old guy, is standing out there, and he's like, "Have you seen my wife?" And he's like, "Nah, let me get my what's he called?
My skippies.
My skippies." He said, "Let me go get my skippies, and I'll help you look for her because I was in the military. I can find her."
He said, "If she's out here, I'll find her."
Yeah,
and he was all polite and shit, calling him sir.
He was helping him out. The old man fucked him up quick, you know. And you feel bad for the guy because he was just trying to help.
He was genuinely a good dude.
Yeah, he was. Like I said, he was funny, and I actually loved his character in this movie. It was really good.
And we have Bobby, the blonde porno chick. She gets fucked up.
Yeah.
She goes to check on Pearl down at the dock, where Pearl just so happens to have a pet alligator. Or crocodile, whatever the fuck. I don't care. And she pushes this bitch in. And she gets fucked up.
Yeah, alligator grabs her head and just starts slinging her around like it's nothing. And at this point, Jenna Ortega gets captured.
Yeah.
By the old man. She's left down in the basement. So you don't see her for pretty much till the end. You see her a little bit here and there, but other than that.
The next scene, which is the grossest fucking scene in the movie. So Pearl has a fixation on Maxine because she looks just like she did, and she's basically exactly how she was when she was younger. So she's fixated on Maxine. So she goes to find Maxine in the house. Maxine hides from her, and they get on Maxine's bed, Pearl and her husband, and they start doing the freaking nasty, and it's disgusting.
He's like, "I don't know if my heart can take it," and she's like, "You'll be all right." And she's stuck underneath the bed while they're.
I've never heard an old person say "fuck me."
No,
and I never want to again.
No, you don't need to repeat it, please.
I don't need to relive that.
So Maxine goes in the house, and now you see Jenna Ortega. She helps her get out of the basement, and this has literally got to be the best part of the whole movie. Like literally, like I was so pleased with this ending in so many different ways that it's just great.
I've never, at least in recent memory, I can't remember a movie that made me, there was 3 spots all within about 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
All 3 spots made me laugh my ass off.
Yes. So Jenna Ortega, so the old people are down in the other house having sex, so they think they're clear to leave. So Jenna Ortega takes off running down out the front door. As soon as she opens the screen door, she gets blown away by a shotgun
to the face.
And it is so quick and so sudden and so brutal that you're like, holy shit!
You wasn't fucking body go.
You wasn't expecting it. It was great.
To the face.
And see, these are the things that I love about horror movies. Right here, when stuff like this is not ruined for people, you know? So it's so sudden.
And this was also the point in the movie where we were like, okay, what the fuck? Because we thought Jenna Ortega was the main character.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. It's Maxine. So when she got shot in the face, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So then the old man goes outside, he grabs her, and he starts dragging her in the house. And she makes like a gurgling noise, and he just comes out of nowhere and makes this noise. He's like, ah! and he falls up against the wall and dies. Done.
He goes,
Done.
dies
Done.
instantly.
And it is like, I don't know if they meant it to be funny, but I'm telling you, I laughed my ass off.
I was
Because
in tears.
It came out of nowhere.
I was in tears.
And so, and so then Pearl picks up the shotgun
to go to shoot Maxine.
And she pulls the trigger and it sends her ass flying out the front door. Into the front yard. And it's so quick and so funny. Like, you're just like, holy, you're still laughing from the part. Like, I was still laughing. And then at that point, I was crying. So we had to watch it again.
Like 3 times.
That one part.
And then as soon as Maxine steps out the door, all you hear is, my hip.
Oh.
And then there was something at the end of I don't know if this was supposed to add to the movie or not. To me, it was just kind of there to be there for no reason. But when right before Pearl pulls the trigger on the shotgun and flies out the door, she's pointing it at Maxine, and Maxine has a gun pointed at her. And Maxine is reciting words, the exact words at the exact same time that the TV is doing. And it turns out that the guy on TV is her dad. And he was like a spokesperson at a church or something.
Kind of what I got out of it.
So for me, it didn't add anything to the movie.
But, the funny part was in Pearl, they didn't show none of that. Like, they didn't go into that because her dad wasn't, oh, no, he was there, but they didn't really go into it. So, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, if you guys have not checked this movie out, once again, it's X. Watch it. You will not
watch
be
it
disappointed.
And thank us later.
You will not be disappointed. I promise you. Literally, I had a handful of movies that I was really, really excited about last year, and I had my favorites. And now this one's it's up there towards the top because it's so good. I was 100% surprised by it. So go check this movie out. Appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please leave us some comments on what you thought about the movie X. And until next time, guys, this is Horror Junkies, and we're out.